Welcome back, everybody. It's Duane and Nadia's Food, Travel, and Fun, and I am back in the kitchen, and this time I'm going to make corn chowder. I've been making it for quite a long time, and I really like to make it at a time when I actually have this particular corn, which is the Silver Queen corn, available. It's a great special. It's a hybrid corn that stays sweet much longer than most other corns after they shuck it. Corn starts to lose its sugar as soon as it's shucked. So I use this one when I can get it. I think I can get it for maybe a couple weeks out of the year, and that's it. So you can use whatever corn you get. It's a great recipe no matter what you use. I just prefer this. Yeah, so I'm going to start chopping everything up, and as you can see, I've got all my ingredients here in front of me, including, make sure you use, I prefer heavy cream over half and half. I use heavy cream and milk, and I like to throw in my, either any of the stocks, if you like chicken stock, veggie stock, whatever you like, you can use them. It doesn't really matter too much, but I am going to dice all this up and get it all prepped, and I will show you where I'm at in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. I have done all my prep work. It does take a little bit of time because everything is just hand diced. You chop it fine. Everything except for the diced potatoes ends up roughly corn size, and you don't want to use any kind of a blender or whatnot. You're not trying to puree this. You want nice little pieces of the different veggies and whatnot you're adding. So everything's ready to go. The one thing I missed earlier was my bacon, which I had, to brown up and crumbled up, and that's ready to go. I'm going to add all the ingredients here to get this started. It's going to start off on high in the crock pot for a couple hours, and then I'm going to switch it down to low for the remaining cook. The cream is going to go in later. That doesn't go in too early. I will be putting in chicken broth at the start with a lot of this, with all these veggies, corn, potatoes, everything. The potatoes definitely need time to cook, so that's a big part of why we'll go in on high. But everything's going in right now, including a bunch of the seasonings and whatnot. Now, everybody uses thyme, but I'm really just not a fan of thyme at all. So feel free to replace my parsley with thyme, and you can adapt this recipe as needed. I'm not a stickler for specific recipes. I rarely use an actual recipe as a guide other than loosely. I'm more a put it in by feel and whatnot. This calls for about 3 cups of actual corn. I know I've got more than 3 cups here, but you know what? It's corn chowder, so I don't feel that too much corn is really an issue. So actually, I kind of feel it's almost a more the merrier approach to this. Let me get this nice and saturated. It's going to use a few cups of this chicken broth that I'm using. And I'm actually going to end up using this whole container because this is a big batch. Yeah, that just barely covered, so I might even add a little bit more. So right here, I've got a quart of it. I think I'm actually going to add another 2 cups. So we're talking more like about 6 cups or so that is getting added into this, and then we'll add in the other parts. The bacon, I'm going to also add later. I may add some now. It doesn't hurt to get that little smoky flavor going early. So I'm going to add about half the bacon now, but I actually like the bacon to have some crisp to it, so I want to leave a bunch of it out. I know people always say, oh, you should use fresh garlic, whatnot. Well, I'm a big fan of powdered garlic, and you can also use minced garlic, prepped garlic, whatnot. We're just not big fans of spending all the time to, crush garlic down and whatnot, when there are other versions that are already prepared for you that really just make life fast, easy, simple. I'm using a bit of chili flake in mine. I want a bit of heat, not too much, and I'm also going to go with some black pepper on the side too. So the norm on this recipe is really just to kind of use salt and pepper. But, Portuguese, if you don't put garlic in it, you're not cooking. So, and salt is obviously a big must. I'm only going to give enough salt to get it started here. I'm going to adjust it to taste later on because over salting is a huge mistake in any recipe. And that's it for now. That gets us rolling, that gets it started. I'm going to get this in a crock pot. We'll take a shot or two of it as it's cooking, and we'll be back in a while.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's been going since 1 o'clock this afternoon. It is now 7:30. So 6.5 hours in. It stayed on high until about 5 o'clock. So a good 4 hours it stayed on high. And everything is cooked down really nice now. So what I did was I took about half of the heavy cream, I took about a cup, and I mixed it with about a tablespoon of cornstarch. Got that right here, ready to go in. I'm going to add some of this. I'm going to add some milk. And actually, I'm going to add the milk first. Start putting some of that in there. I had a couple of cups, but let's see how it looks. And I'll see how it thickens up once I add the cornstarch and heavy cream. So actually, I keep this available. I'm just going to put this right in. Mixed in pretty good. Ready to go. And let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. There might be a few lumps right now, but as it cooks, those will disappear. It'll thicken right up. I can already tell right now, looking at it, I'm going to give it the rest of the milk. When I mix the cornstarch in, as people who do this often know, but some don't, you always want to use the coldest liquid you can. You really don't want to mix cornstarch or flour, any of those products that you're using as thickeners with anything warm. So always, like, this heavy cream came straight out of the fridge when I mixed it in. And as you can see, it's now starting to look a whole lot like a chowder. It just needs to heat back up, cook for a little bit longer, get that slight thickening going. I'll give it a final taste. If I need to adjust the salt or anything in there, we'll do a slight adjustment in the end. And that'll be it. It'll be ready to go. Like I say, it is quite hearty. Let me see if I can get a nice little shot of everything. I did just also add the last of the bacon at this time. So I want that to really add in that smokiness here in the end. This is kind of where, as you can see, that's where it's at right now. Good amount of corn, a good amount of other veggies and stuff all mixed in there. I feel a little bit of thickening coming on already as it's starting to warm up. And we will have a taste test, hopefully later on. You know, we just went out to eat, so I might be too full for a little bit before I try it, but I'll definitely give it a taste and share that with you guys. So thanks for tuning in, and here we are. There's our next stage. Gonna cover this up, let it go for about 2 more hours. And
the final product.
mm-hmm.
He's gonna taste his.
Get to taste it. See, look at all the stuff. Lots of corn, potatoes, carrots. There's some celery. Yeah, it's all in there. I think, did I put? Oh, I just put red onion. No scallion.
Good batch.
I could have thickened it a lot more. I chose not to. I just wanted it kind of lighter and thinner. The corn's really sweet. The carrots are sweet. And offsets the saltiness. It's really good. I really think you should taste it too.
Okay.
At the very least, you should try it to thicken it. But, oops. As is, this is a great little soup, and it's my brunch. So, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you later.